In this video, I will go over best practices to ensure your Framer site reaches its full potential for SEO and AEO. Even though Framer sites are SEO optimized out of the box, it's still possible to optimize your Framer site to be above average. So what is SEO and why it matters? Search engine optimization is a practice of optimizing websites to rank higher in search engine results organically. When referring to a search engine, this would mostly be referring to Google, but the practices remain generally the same. With the advent of AI or artificial intelligence, new terms such as generative engine optimization or GEO and answer engine optimization AEO have emerged. However, the practices have not changed that much. SEO is important if you plan to rank higher organically rather than through paid acquisition. I'll be covering the SEO best practices aimed specifically at Framer sites. However, these are general best practices that can be applied to any site. Meta title and description. This refers to the title and description of a site-specific page or a site that appears in search results. This can be easily updated within Framer under site settings. Be sure to set a unique title for each page, and that CMS pages render titles and descriptions dynamically along with the image. If you purchase the template and hit publish without having these values, these will be indexed by search engines. You can also prevent Google from automatically replacing your meta description with on-page text, and you can do so by using the Google bot skip accessibility tag for the text block, and then once published you can use the meta check Framer tool to view the results. URL paths. So ensure for URLs you use a hyphen instead of underscore, so that will be, for example, about-us instead of about_us. Semantic text and elements. So all pages should contain at least one H1 tag for the main title, and secondary or subheading titles would be H2 and H3 and so forth. Also, you add semantic tags for sections, headers, images, and this is good practice for accessibility as well. Alt text for images. This is good for SEO as well as accessibility. So that would mean just describing the image in detail and adding a punctuation. However, decorative images can be ignored. Video poster or thumbnail. When making use of the video component, be sure to also upload a poster or thumbnail image. This acts as a preview as well for search result previews. Structured data or rich results. Framer supports adding structured data using JSON LD, which is important for SEO as it helps search engines and AI agents better understand your page content. However, this requires adding custom code, which is only supported on the paid plans. Redirects. This helps prevent traffic loss caused by URL changes or migrations. So you can use redirect to maintain page ranking. However, it's only available on the Pro plan and above. Google Analytics. Framer has GDPR compliant analytics built in. However, it's easy to add Google Analytics by simply adding the tracking ID under site settings. Do note that adding third-party analytics may require privacy law compliance depending on the country. Google Search Console. It's not a requirement to list your site or make use of Google Search Console. However, it's a useful tool to gain valuable insights of your site's performance over time. To get started, you can start by using a URL prefix and meta tag for verification. And to submit a sitemap.xml, you can simply add /sitemap.xml, the website homepage, as Framer automatically generates this for you, which you can submit to Google Search Console. Due to the increasing use of long language models or LLMs or AI agents, you can upload a llms.txt file, which helps LLMs, large language models, or AI agents understand and discover your site. Using the well-known files upload feature, this feature is available on the Pro plan and above. Now that we've gone over the best practices for good SEO, a lot of manual work can be time consuming, but luckily there are Framer plugins to help speed up your workflow. You can search the Framer marketplace using the keyword SEO to find a multitude of plugins. I'll just go through some popular plugins. So there's Search Console, which is a free plugin that tracks clicks, impressions, top search queries for real-time updates directly on Framer's canvas. Redirect Sync, which is free and allows you to quickly import and export redirects using a CSV file. LLM Text Generator, which is a free plugin which allows you to generate a llms.txt file of your Framer site, and then you can download and upload that to your Framer site. SEMflow, this is a paid plugin, so this allows you to audit your site, see your SEO score, and optimize your pages. How to add structured data through JSON LD. So as mentioned before, adding structured data or rich results is an SEO best practice. This requires adding custom code to your site. However, do note that when adding custom code to your site, you want to keep the amount of custom code you add to as little as possible, as it can slow down your site. So you'll have to be strategic in choosing a schema type when adding structured data. So that would be, for example, adding FAQ schema to an FAQ page, or an article schema for CMS pages. I'll demonstrate the steps on adding structured data to your site or rich results. You can generate the code without needing to code by simply using a prompt. For example, here I'm using Gemini to prompt the schema, so I'll just add the prompt there. So this is just an example where I want to generate CMS articles. You can prompt any schema mockup for your site using AI. So once I've added that, I'll just submit that. And then once it's generated that, I can simply copy the code, add it to my Framer site. I can simply copy that and then go over to my site and add it to my Framer site. So here's my Framer site. Go to settings, go to code. So this is only available if you're on the paid plan. If I have a new schema I like to add, I simply go add, and then I choose the name, placement, page, when should it run, and paste my code there. And here is the article schema I've added already. So I've added my name, placement, the page, which is for the CMS pages, and then that's where the script goes. And once I've added that, I'll save it, and once it's published, I can view the results. Yeah, I have the Google's rich results test open where I've submitted the URL, and then I can see here that it's valid. And I can also make use of the Framer's AEO tool to view if the markup has also been detected there. Before you hit publish and make your site public, it's important to run through a final pre-launch checklist to make sure your site looks professional and works perfectly across devices. So I've created the Framer public checklist, which you can view and remix in the link in the description, and that also has a link to the detailed guide. SEO once required a level of expertise and specialization. However, with Framer, they are already optimized and require very minimal additional work to ensure your site is optimized for organic ranking. And this allows you to focus more on the content and less on the technical requirements of SEO. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos.